was a compilation of orchestra programs from across the country that sent us videos of our fight song in support of our tragedy back in December and January. In that video, there were over 21 orchestra programs performing from 10 different states across the country. All in all, we got videos from band, choirs, and orchestras all across the country and over 100 recordings. So we're going to share more with you very, very soon, but we wanted to give you a little sneak preview tonight. That was also the string premiere of our fight song. We've actually never had a string arrangement of our fight song before this year, so we thought what a better way to premiere it than on our first concert in over 6 months. So good evening, everybody. My name is Marissa Weller. I am the Director of Orchestras here at Oxford High School, and I want to just thank you so much for joining us, either in person or via our live stream recording for tonight's spring concert and our final performance of the year. When we returned to school in late January, early February, we had a tough decision to make because right around the corner in early March was our normal MSBOA District Festival where we perform as an ensemble. When we came back to school, I talked to the concert orchestra and said, I want to know your thoughts about where you stand, about how you feel about preparing for this, and just know that that would limit what we could do for our spring concert. And their response was, we want to make our spring concert amazing. And so they chose to focus going forward on their performance tonight. So as a result, they were able to perform a total of 4 pieces on this program. You heard one of them, the fight song. They're about to play Isle of Skye, which is like a fun fiddle tune, Scottish tune. And then you'll hear 2 combined pieces with symphony orchestra a little later in the program. So this piece is a very technical piece. And Isle of Skye, you'll notice there's a lot of bowing that they have to match up their bows together at the same time and keep this upbeat, fast, technical tempo. The last time that this piece was performed by the Oxford Orchestras was a few years back, actually by our symphony orchestra. So that kind of tells you the hard work and dedication that they chose to put in, that as a concert orchestra, as a non-audition group, they decided that they wanted to take on this challenge. So we're excited to present to you tonight, Isle of Skye. for the first time as an Oxford High School Orchestra. And back, I think it was December 2nd or December 3rd, we had a few students that had tickets to go see the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. And Hilary Hahn, who's a famous violinist, was performing with their orchestra. And after Hilary's main performance, she stopped and said, "I would like to perform an encore." And as soon as I landed in Detroit, I heard about what happened in Oxford, and I would like to dedicate my encore to Oxford High School and their community. She had no idea that there were students that were in the orchestras in the audience. So word kind of traveled around, and somehow it got to security that we had students there. Next thing you know, 4 of our students actually got the opportunity to meet Hilary Hahn backstage, which is a huge opportunity for them. She was very gracious to them, very thankful to them for coming, took pictures with them, and signed some programs for them. In the process of getting the program signed, somehow it didn't get to the students right away, so they were contacting me to try to get them to the students. And through all this communication with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, their music director, Yadar Begnamini, who's newly appointed, said, "I'd like to invite the Oxford Orchestras to come down to a private rehearsal of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra." So on May 12th, we will be traveling down to Detroit. It'll be a rehearsal of just the Detroit Symphony Orchestra and the Oxford Orchestras in the audience, which will be super exciting. We're going to go to lunch and everything after, so parents, you'll get field trip permission slips and all that information soon. And through the generous donors that we had through our Music Cares project back in December, the students will actually be traveling and will be able to eat lunch at Maggiano's in Troy for free. So that was thanks to a lot of generous people in our lives that they had this wonderful opportunity to hear the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. The orchestra nerd in me said, "Oh my gosh, what are they playing when we're going to hear them?" And looked at the calendar. I said, "Oh my gosh, it's Beethoven's 9th Symphony, and most of you recognize the melody Ode to Joy from that." And I said, "Oh my gosh, like that is going to be amazing. I can turn this into a curriculum unit. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be so educational." And of course, the students were thrilled about that. But I said, you know what, I have to find a version that we can play so that they can relate when we go hear the performance. And I think things just kind of drop into your life for a reason, and once again, we're playing another arrangement by Michael Hopkins tonight. So what you hear on stage is the combined Oxford High School Orchestras, and you'll hear some passing back and forth between our concert orchestra and our symphony orchestra. So here's our combined performance of Ode to Joy. Hopkins up here to speak with you. I want you to realize how much of an honor this is for Oxford. Michael Hopkins is known around the country as the orchestra person. So he is the person everyone goes to. He is involved on multiple American String Teacher Association committees. He serves in executive roles to help string teachers make decisions and navigate and advocate for their programs. He is the department chair of music education at the University of Michigan and has held that position for numerous years. He has written over 80 pieces for orchestra, and so we are very, very fortunate to have him here with us tonight. And he has been with our Oxford Orchestra program since about March. He's been visiting us and learning about the students and learning what type of piece they want and what they enjoy. And I think he has captured that essence perfectly in his work tonight. So could you please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Hopkins to the stage.
Thank you. It's just a pleasure to be here with all of you. I was contacted by Marissa on February 22nd. I just looked up the date, and I was really honored to read her email and asking if I would be willing to write a piece for the students here. And so as soon as I read the email, actually, I started writing some ideas down. And I was able to come up and meet the students for the first time on March 11th. And I was working really quickly because Marissa and I talked about it, and you know, we're trying to figure out, you know, should we do something in the fall? And I said, no, I'd really like to try to write something for the students to be able to perform tonight. And so in the middle of all of this, I went to the American String Teachers Conference. I had to go down there because I'm the state president of the chapter of the American String Teachers Association here, and a friend of mine saw that the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra was performing Mozart's Requiem Mass while we were down there, so we went on Friday night, and I had been trying to search for a title for the piece. Marissa asked me to write something that was about 4 minutes long, so not too long, but would capture a feeling of hope, an uplifting piece, a piece that was filled with hope and optimism. And so, as I originally had thought I might call it Remembrance, and then as I was sitting there and I was looking at the words in Latin from the Requiem Mass by Mozart, the final movement is called Lux Saturna, which in Latin means the eternal light, and the words contain this line, may the eternal light shine upon them. And I thought that just really kind of captured what I was trying to get at in this piece, where you'll hear a short introduction and then it goes into this, what I call the Remembrance Theme, which is initially presented by the cellos and the violas, and then the violins answer. And then it goes into a middle section which moves a little faster, and it's kind of filled with different feelings and emotions that we experience as we try to navigate through a sense of loss. And then the Remembrance Theme comes back at the end, and then it leads this time to feelings of hope, as we look towards the future, and we know that those we have lost have moved on to the place of eternal light. So that's what I was trying to capture in this piece, and so I hope you enjoy it. It's been a real great pleasure for me to be able to have this chance to write a piece for these incredible students of yours. You have a wonderful community here, and an amazing orchestra director here. Let's give Marissa a round.
We consider you part part of our Oxford Orchestra family now, so we want to just thank you so much for all of your hard work and appreciate the time you spent with us in our community, so thank you.
Thank you.
I think you realize why it's called the Eternal Light now. There are so many people that made tonight possible, so I just want to make sure that all those people get recognition. The first person I would like to thank is Superintendent Ken Weaver, who actually approved the commission for our piece, so the Oxford Community Schools is providing support for us to be able to get that piece written, so I want to thank him. I want to thank Mr. Jim Gibbons, who's been an amazing mentor and colleague to me and has inspired me to keep moving forward and to keep finding ways to make our program grow. I want to thank John Schmidt, Logan Blair, and their team here in the Performing Arts Center for providing all the technical work they did on tonight's, performance. Special from our fight song to our senior recognition. They're also the ones that are handling the live stream for tonight's event, so I want to make sure they get thanked. Thank you so much. Mr. James Brezhny, I don't know what I would do without you sometimes. He makes my job so easy at the high school because he provides me with fantastic musicians who are just ready to learn and eager to grow. So thank you for everything you do to get our students ready. And of course, I need to thank Mr. Michael Hopkins for the 3 pieces of his that you heard tonight, and they were just all absolutely exceptional, and our students enjoyed all of them. So thank you again for everything. Thank all of our high school administration for all of their support, even with flexible schedules and changing things left and right. They wanted to make sure that our students had a great opportunity to perform tonight, so I want to thank them. And last but not least, I want to thank my husband, who's been incredibly supportive in our first year of marriage and learning what our life is like. And I want to thank my parents who came out tonight, and my middle school and high school orchestra teacher, Miss Kathy Griffith, who came all the way from Grosse Ile to hear us tonight. So thank you all for your support. Thank you again, Chris, for everything you do to make your children these amazing students that I get to work with every day. It's just an absolute blessing to have them in my life, and they have been quite a motivation the past few months to wake up every morning and come to work and make incredible music. So my job would not exist without your support and your commitment to their private lessons and instrument rentals and carpool rides back and forth to and from school for dress rehearsals and 6:45 a.m. rehearsals. So students, make sure you thank your parents tonight, and of course want to thank the parents of the senior class who have supported their children all the way to graduation, and we made it happen. They're walking in a few weeks, so I think they'll get there. But congratulations, everybody. Congratulations, students, on a great performance, and thank you. Good night. Travel safe. Oxford strong. We'll see you real soon.